as a consultant, any new activity or mine taken up, give a roadmap for an end-to-end solution. Is there a company that can do this as a consultant to, say, Coal India?
Sir, this is very valid question, and at this moment of time, answer is no. But my point here is, recently I get a
We
chance.
need to locate or
Yes,
at
sir.
least develop a company that can do it, because that is very critical, very, very critical.
Right, sir. Sir, Sir, I just wanted to share from where this point came in my mind. Recently, I attended one seminar of BCG. See, being a mining man, little bit, conservative kind of mentality I have. But there, what I have seen, the end-to-end solutions, what they are providing in consultation with Microsoft Azure software, sir. And this has been very successfully operating at Indonesia and other places in open cast mines, sir. From there, this point came in my mind. And currently, we are operating one MDO, sir. We got one MDO where we have free hand to do anything, sir. So there, we are thinking of adopting, may not be end-to-end, trying our level best to bring it close to that, sir. For example, sir, I would say, like this is my wish, to have centralized control system for all belt mechanism, ventilation control and dewatering from central control room, what sir has also mentioned. Second thing, sir, currently we are operating room and pillar method since long, sir. Since 2003 at least I know, with continuous miner. In abroad, they are already operating super section mining technology, sir. In that technology, they operate two continuous miners simultaneously, same panel, with 5 shuttle cars or ram cars, and they are getting around 25 to 30% more productivity, sir. These are the few things which we are trying to adopt in this our MDO project.
Thanks.
I think I'm able to answer. Thank you, sir.
One question for Partha. You mentioned that, pricing policy in Coal India, or the government, I would say, it went to Coal India after 2000, but you know how pricing has been done even after that. Pricing is an issue and it needs to be sorted out. But you made a comment that with the private mining coming up, we hope that this concept gets imbibed there and the pricing is so created so that the premium on quality is given. That premium in quality which you are saying is required for a proper pricing structure. My question is that at present, what I have heard from some of the private miners, that government policies on pricing are such that it doesn't seem to allow that once again. So what would your suggestions would be on pricing as a policy? I'm not saying you put a pricing regulator in government to tell what pricing it should be, but let it be open. What is your suggestion on pricing that way to a private operator?
Thank you, Partha. You see, my understanding is slightly different. My understanding is the government doesn't have any embargo on what price you charge for the coal. So, as long as the revenue share to the government is paid on the basis of the price that you charge or the index price, whichever is higher. That's the government's only concern. But the reason why price cannot be fixed exactly to capture the premium is competition from Coal India. Unless that quality is demonstrated, I don't think the consumer will be willing to pay a higher price because Coal India's price will become a sort of an envelope kind of thing. Yeah. So that is one issue. All that they can do is they can try and ensure that whatever grade is declared, in order to achieve that grade, see that complete congruence between the declared grade and the analyzed grade. Whatever requires to be done to achieve that. If that requires washing, then let it be washed. If it can be done without washing, do it with basically processing. But quality divergence should be reduced to minimum, and coal company should be able to achieve 95% grid conformity. If that is the goal, it can be done with not much of cost imposition. Then I think the competition will hit Coal India in a reverse manner.
Further that most of the private miners today are basically captive miners. They are not really taking the coal out in the open market and selling it, hardly any.
That is going to come
Huh?
in another 2 years.
No, we've heard people saying that the present policies are not encouraging that. That's the unfortunate part. I do not know why. I've heard the private miners say this. That is why I asked this question.
I don't have a sense of that. I mean, when it. I mean, you see, I keep on interacting with the private miners in the scrutiny committee. That's the only place where I get to meet them. But I didn't get this sense. In fact, some of them are quite ambitious, quite aggressive. They want to develop the mine faster. We are encouraging them every time they come. No. Commercial miners are supposed to market it. They don't have to use it. It's completely for selling. Captive miners, that's a separate category. But they might have, yes. I mean, commercial miners are allowed to use the coal for their own purpose or sell in the market.
That's what I'm saying. Most of the commercial miners are using their coal for captive use. They are not going to the market. That's what I'm saying.
That is true with the captive miners in any case. Captive miners, though they are allowed to produce a little extra and sell in the market, but for commercial miners, there is no restriction. I mean, they don't have to use it for captive purposes. But if they do so, that is their call. But I'm quite sure certain amount of commercial miners' coal will come into the market.
Sir, you are right in some sense. Let me tell you what is happening actually. Commercial mining, since the auctions has happened, and as everybody is aware, what are the mines which are there in a commercial mining space? These are definitely, as far as the mining is concerned, those mines are difficult mine as compared to the Coal India. For last 6 years, Coal India has not changed the notified prices, almost slightly increases. So whenever we bid as a Adani Group, we also see first this mine has to serve to our Adani Power or Ambuja Cement or ACC. But still we take some mines. There are certain mines we have taken only for the commercial purposes. But then for that we do the analysis. We at least see that mine should have a grade of G10 and above. Taking a mine which is of a G13 grade and then going into the market and competing with Coal India, next to impossible. We cannot do it. Right now, sir, one funny thing is there. This RP price, representative price. The price of the G13 is higher than G12 RP. And we are a MDO for NLC, sir. Yeah, yes, surely, sir. And just I wanted to add one more thing was, sir has said regarding washing. I really believe this needs to be promoted because the MDO which we are operating, that MDO tenders conditions were such that we have to put a washery, we have to supply wash coal. Certain grade was given, 4,500 GC we have to delivered at their TPS. Analysis will happen at TPS, not at the mine end. And if the quality goes below, the mining fee will prorata, penalty will be there, and at certain level, I'll get a zero fee. I'll not get a railway freight also. So RVNL has designed a MDO in such a way that really I have to maintain that quality. And otherwise round also, what that done it, if I deliver a quality which is better than their benchmark, every 100 GCV I get a 40 rupees extra. And that they give out of their railway freight saving. They had worked out a calculation for that GCV, extra GCV, how much railway freight they will see, and accordingly they kept that bonus for me. So they are not out of pocket, but I am also getting an incentive to provide them a higher GCV coal. And that is a wonderful model which has been in operation. And therefore, we are also willing to do the washing. And recently we are facing a problem, in fact, disposal of reject, because washing I have to do it, the DMC washer is there, rejects are lying, but the reject disposal policy is such a way now, I have to prove at each stage, if this reject, I cannot sell it into the market. I have to float a tender. I have to prove there are no bidders are there. Then I have to prove that reject cannot be used by the road also. And for disposal, the committee will come, they will inspect, really you wanted to put that reject back into the mine or not. But it's natural. If I mine something, I will always wanted to sell first. I don't want to put that reject into the mine because it is a loss to me. But for that also, there is an inspection being done and it takes a long time actually. And that is also hurting us. The washery I had put it, 16 million ton of washery I had put in at a PAKV. We are putting additional washeries over there at a single place. Where there is a jig washer is there, DMC washer is there. But we are facing a lot of problem. I hope I had answered you, sir. Thank you.
I will just supplement, I mean, from what he said, it is music to my ears, really, that washery is a compulsory sort of thing. I'm quite sure that Coal India will face huge competition in the coming days. That's all that I can see. And unless they gear up right now, it'll be a problem. But very good model.
Hello. I'll slightly change the subject. I'll go to the theme of this seminar, this modernization of coal supply chain. As a practicing mining engineer, I've faced the biggest challenge for coal production is the dispatch. Dispatch in terms of quantity and cost. To some extent, Mr. Ingle has touched. I'll first touch the cost part. Normally, as a thumb rule, we say that whatever is the pithead cost, if you add to the taxes and the cess or the royalty, etc., it becomes double. Let us say if it is 1,000 rupees, it becomes 2,000. And then depending upon the distance, but the average cost to the power plant or whatever is the consumer, it again becomes double, so it becomes 4,000. So logistic is the biggest challenge. I tell you, as a CMD CCL, I realized that I can produce anything, whatever I can dispatch. And at that time, the production of the CCL was around 36, 38. We could take it to 44. Today in the morning, Chairman Coal India said the CCL will be touching 100 million tons. So I tell you this subject matter, that means if we are talking of, and as Ms. Partha was talking during the tea time, that there is continuous and exponential growth in the coal production. And we are almost quite sure that we will probably reach to a level of 1,500 million ton, which is